Caryn Chandler eventually betrayed Matt Rolloff, which led to Matt Rolloff's incarceration. I'll explain everything today. The tale of Matt and the Rolloff family is filled with highs and lows, happy and sad times, and everything in between, as anybody who has followed them over the years knows. However, Matt's life has recently taken some unexpected turns that have fans discussing and wondering what this reality TV star will do next. We will discuss 3 significant events that have occurred in 2025 in this video. First, Matt made $2 million from the sale of the famous Rolloff family home in Oregon. Second, after 8 years together, his engagement to Caryn Chandler officially ended. And lastly, an unexpected event that resulted in Matt's apprehension. You heard correctly. An arrest. We will go over everything in detail and provide you with the complete context of these headlines. Before we get started, though, let's pause to commemorate Matt Rolloff and the reasons his journey has won our hearts for almost 20 years. The birth of Matt Rolloff. On October 7, 1961, he was diagnosed with catastrophic dysplasia, a type of dwarfism that necessitated numerous surgeries during his childhood. In spite of these obstacles, Matt created a remarkable life. He became a prosperous author, motivational speaker, and businessman. In 1987, he wed Amy Rolloff, and the two of them had 4 kids, a son named Jacob, a daughter named Molly, and twins Jeremy and Zachary. The others are typical height, but Zach, like his parents, has dwarfism. The Rolloffs let the public into their lives in 2006. With Small Individuals. Big World, a groundbreaking program that provided an honest glimpse into their everyday lives. The Rolloff family farm in Helvetia, Oregon, was at the heart of it all. Matt turned a 34-acre plot of land into a fantastical setting complete with adventure courses, pumpkin farms, and a miniature castle. The farm served as more than simply a setting. It was a figure in the narrative that embodied Matt's will and ambition. We've seen Matt deal with marriage, divorce, finding love again, and family drama, all of which are centered around reality television. And in 2025, Matt is dealing with some of his most difficult problems to date. The selling of the Rolloff family house is the first major story to be discussed. We must go back to the beginning of the Rolloff farm story in order to comprehend the significance of Matt selling the house. A fixer-upper farmhouse on 34 acres near Helvetia, Oregon, just outside of Portland, was acquired by Matt and Amy in 1990. At first, it was a small property, but Matt saw possibilities. Throughout the years, he poured his heart into it, transforming it into a prosperous family enterprise and a popular tourist destination that welcomed thousands of tourists each. Families could pick pumpkins, ride wagons, and see attractions like the Western Town, the pirate ship, and the castle Matt constructed during the farm's renowned pumpkin season. It demonstrated his inventiveness and his conviction that anything was achievable despite the challenges. It served as the Rolloff children's home, where they were raised, played, and eventually found employment with their parents. However, there were difficulties on the farm. Matt and Amy's 27-year marriage ended in divorce in 2016 as a result of the strain of running a business, raising a family, and filming a TV show. Additionally, the farm became a source of conflict between Matt and his kids, particularly Zach, who wanted to continue the family tradition but disagreed with Matt about how to do it. Matt was prepared for a shift by 2022. He made the decision to distance himself from the farm's daily activities and concentrate on his living with Caryn Chandler. At that point, the first significant action was to list the family house for sale. The big house, as the Rolloff family nicknamed it, was more than just a place to live. It was where Matt and Amy reared their children, where innumerable Little People, Big World sequences were shot, and where the family drama played out on television for 19 years. The house, which had a barn, a pool, and breathtaking views of the Oregon countryside, was situated on 16.6 acres of the farm. Fans were stunned when Matt listed the house in May 2022 for $2.9 million. In an interview at the time, Matt stated, "It was a bold move, and he explained it as a step towards simplifying his life. The farm's been my whole world," he said, "but it's time to let go of some pieces and focus on what's next." However, selling wasn't as simple as he had hoped. Despite the property's fame, the high price tag and the farm's uniqueness turned off buyers. Months went by, and by late 2022, Matt took it off the market. After years of ups and downs, Matt decided to give selling another go in 2025. This time, he lowered the price to $2 million in the hopes of attracting a serious buyer, and in March 2025, the house finally sold to a private buyer for $2 million. He had converted the house into a short-term rental so that fans could stay there and experience the Rolloff legacy firsthand. It was a hit, and bookings quickly filled up, but it also brought new headaches like dealing with unruly guests and maintenance issues. The sale came with family drama though, and Zach, who had once hoped to purchase a portion of the farm, expressed frustration. It's hard to see it go to someone outside the family, but Dad's going to do what he wants. Matt said in a statement that the $2 million sale marked the end of an era, a chance to close one chapter and start another. That house holds so many memories. Birthdays, holidays, tough conversations. But I knew it was the right move for me and my future. As Matt navigated the sale of the house, his relationship with Caryn Chandler played a significant role in both his life and the show. Caryn had been working closely with Matt for more than 10 years as the farm manager before their friendship turned romantic in 2017, shortly after Matt's divorce from Amy. The timing of their relationship raised questions, as Amy hinted in her book, A Little Me, that Matt and Caryn's relationship might. She stated, "I saw pictures and messages that made me wonder if they had begun before their marriage ended." Matt firmly denied the allegations, saying, "Caryn and I didn't get together until after Amy and I were done." That's the reality. In any event, Matt and Caryn's bond became solid. After moving in together, they divided their time between a house in Arizona and Oregon. On Little People, Big World, fans witnessed the development of their romance. From happy times spent constructing a future together to heated conversations around family merging. Matt made a significant move in April 2023. In their backyard in Arizona, he asked Caryn to marry him. He told People magazine, "She has been my rock. For 2024, we are organizing a modest yet sophisticated wedding." They appeared happier than ever, and the engagement was a high point. But flaws began to appear as 2024 drew near. Matt and Caryn's social media updates became infrequent as the wedding date passed without any notice. Fans conjectured that something was amiss. Hi everyone, I have some tough news. Caryn and I have decided to part ways and end our engagement. Life's a continued journey, and this is the right step for us at this time. We remain amicable and will always appreciate the memories we shared. Matt's Instagram post in July 2025 provided the shocking response. What occurred after 8 years of dating? According to people close to the couple, the show's demands, the farm's transformations, and their divergent ideas for the future was involved. Caryn had previously discussed the difficulties of being in the spotlight, but she remained silent in public. In a 2023 episode, she stated that it's not always simple. You must establish limits. Losing Caryn was devastating for Matt, particularly after the house was sold. My following chapter included her. Reports state that he confessed to a friend. However, there were more significant surprises in store. After his engagement ended and the house was sold, Matt concentrated on handling the remaining components of the farm, as well as the temporary rentals. However, an unanticipated incident in August 2025 put him in the news for all the wrong reasons. This is what transpired. According to reports, one of the tenants who rented a house on the farm was violating the regulations by throwing noisy, unapproved parties that caused noise disturbances for the neighbors and property damage. In the past, Matt had dealt with problematic tenants. On one occasion, he complained on the show about visitors shooting offensive material on his property. He chose to do it himself this time. In August, Matt drove to the rental on 15/15/2025 in order to address the renter. Things quickly heated up. Despite the fact that it was Matt's own property, the tenant said he was hostile and would not leave. The renter, who felt scared, accused Matt of trespassing and disruptive conduct and phoned the police. Matt was still there, making his case, when the police arrived. "This is my land," he allegedly yelled. The police, however, had a different perspective among the confusion. Matt was taken into custody for trespassing and unruly conduct. A man's moment of beauty. Renowned for his ability to solve problems calmly. Before being freed on bail, he was detained for a few hours. It was a misunderstanding, Matt's representative informed reporters earlier. Matt was defending his possessions. We'll resolve the charges. As expected, the charges were withdrawn a few days later, and the tenant consented to vacate. Nevertheless, the arrest had an impact. Reactions from fans filled social media. Matt has experienced enough. One wrote, "Give him a break." Others questioned his judgment. He ought to have. Let the police take care of it. It served as a wake-up call for Matt. According to the source, he later stated, "I never thought I'd end up in handcuffs. I've had to reconsider how I handle stress as a result. It was another obstacle in a difficult year, following the split and house sale. What does all of this entail for little people, big world, Matt, and the Rolloff family? Let's dissect it. Everything changes when the house is sold. The famous scene where we watched the children grow up and the family change is no longer there. Matt still has some ownership of the property, but its heart no longer feels the same. Due to family conflicts, Zach and his wife Tori have left the show. Additionally, the future of the series is uncertain due to Matt's personal issues. Matt made a final indication in a recent post. What comes next is unknown. But he's not giving up on the farm entirely. He's talked about expanding rentals or exploring sustainable farming. Family-wise, things are complicated, I said, thankful for the trip we had with you all. When asked about Matt's struggles, Amy, who is now remarried to Chris Merrick, said, "I just want everyone to be happy." Despite everything, Matt is remaining optimistic, telling a reporter, "Life throws curveballs. I've got my health, my kids, and a lot to look forward to." Speaking of health, he recovered from an emergency upper endoscopy in 2023, demonstrating his resilience. Matt's rift with Zach over the farm persists, and Caryn's departure changes the dynamic once more. And there you have it, the latest in Matt Rolloff's amazing journey. From selling the family home for $2 million to splitting from Caryn Chandler and facing a brief but shocking arrest, 2025 has been a roller coaster for the Little People Big World star. However, these events also mark the end of an era and demonstrate Matt's strength and adaptability. Whether the world continues or not, Matt's story isn't over. He's faced adversity before and come out stronger. Perhaps this is just another chapter. Whatever happens next, Matt Rolloff's story will continue to inspire. He's been a trailblazer, sharing his life with us for almost 20 years, leaving a legacy at the farm and demonstrating to the world what is possible for people with dwarfism. More update. LPBW Matt Rolloff and Caryn Chandler postponed their dream wedding. Why? I'll tell you everything. Caryn Chandler accepted Matt Rolloff's proposal during the upcoming 26th season of Little People Big World. TLC broadcast Amy Rolloff's requests to see the ring and additional items as viewers watched. Although there is still disagreement among Little People Big World fans regarding Caryn Chandler, she has supported Matt during his darkest moments over the past few years, so their decision to go formal makes a lot of sense. The next clear concern that arose after Matt Rolloff and Caryn Chandler announced their engagement on Little People Big World was the wedding date, which is particularly true when you consider how the show concluded its. With Zach and Tori Rolloff officially stepping down, Little People Big World's future is uncertain. If it is cancelled, many fans would still be thrilled to see a wedding special, as the network has done before. Originally, Matt Rolloff and Caryn Chandler planned to tie the knot in 2024, but according to the most recent rumors, those plans have been put on hold for good. Coincidentally, an insider recently disclosed that Matt Rolloff's mother's aging and need for a. Matt's mom is getting older and needs a lot of extra care right now, so they decided to wait for their wedding, which was originally planned for May but has been postponed and has no set date other than possibly toward the end of the year, according to the insider. The U.S. Sun said they are only beginning to make plans and are still weighing their options, but they have been discussing getting married in Hawaii at the moment. Went on. They haven't had enough time to prepare for this year's wedding, and pumpkin season is quickly approaching. Because of everything Matt and Caryn are going through, the wedding seems to be on indefinite pause. Therefore, if they choose a date later before the fall crop arrives, this will be a fascinating situation to watch. A preview of the property is provided by Matt Rolloff. Ralph plans to sell the farm at a significant loss. Actor Matt from Little People Big World at the Rolloff farm. Rolloff has been busy getting ready for this year's pumpkin season. He has been sending video to his 26-year-old son Jacob as they prepare for the event. The 61-year-old father recently provided a preview of the property ahead of the celebration. There will be novelties for people to enjoy as Matt gets his farm ready for the forthcoming pumpkin season, as we have already discussed. He went on to say, the 93-acre property will have both old and new attractions. The LPB Yachty star recently made a big announcement ahead of pumpkin season by sharing a photo of a vintage wooden cart carrying a bunch of pumpkins. Even though it is August, we are still considering pumpkins this year, the Yub star said. Many fans praise the TLC star for his hard work at the farm despite his advanced age and health issues. He has been building his dream home with Caryn Chandler in addition to the annual event. Additionally, Matt is often in charge of the Rolloff farm's social media presence. The father of four said later that Rolloff did his best to engage with the audience, who expressed their excitement about the upcoming event. The reality TV star said that he is thrilled to meet a fan who has stated that seeing the Rolloff farm has always been on their bucket list. He also revealed the start date of the event, which is October 1st. If you plan to attend the Rolloff Farm Pumpkin Festival this year, please let us know in the comments below. Free parking is one of its special features, but not everyone is happy with the price. In one of his most recent essays about farms, Matt was even criticized by some. The LPB UE star is prepared to respond, saying that the price was required to cover the cost of the tractor maintenance, gas, and labor, and that they technically lowered the price this year by combining all of the expenses into a single admission charge. Matt Rolloff of Little People angrily defends the show after a fan criticizes it as dull. The Big People. Little World show is this evening. I keep telling myself I will see it for myself one night. Will you come with me? Matt asked his followers a question in the caption of a photo he shared of his living room TV, telling them that he was watching the latest episode of LPB Yabu. While some viewers criticized the TLC show's most recent season, others praised his relationship with fiancée Caryn Chandler in the comments section. It's time to move on, Matt said. Amy looked wounded. Matt and Caryn need to embark on a new journey because Zach is still barely able to be a father. The show has lost its attraction because it is so boring. Everyone criticized one person, stating it is time to move on and find your genuine happiness. They added, good luck to all of you. But the patriarch of the family intervened to protect his family's well-known performance, asking, what keeps so many people watching? He retorted, very strange. None of your... He added, fans have been worried that the program would be cancelled after stars Tori and Zach Rolloff announced they would not be returning for season 26. Kids are truly on the show anymore, said another critic for season 25. It is a little melancholy, not sad, said Matt. Happy 20 years of a very successful show. Even now, still playing in your living room. Every child is content in their own homes with lovely kids. What more do they ask for? He said. Choice to end the series on their recently launched podcast, Raising Heights. Let's simply discuss the primary issue. Will Little People, Big World return? The couple also wanted to respect the privacy of their 3 children. No, we are not. We pretty much made that plain the last cycle, Tori revealed. But I don't think we have formally informed the public that we would not be going back to Little People Big World. We are finished now. We have closed that chapter in our life, she added. When Amy, Matt's 61-year-old ex-wife, revealed her new job during an Instagram live session last week, fans assumed she was leaving the show. Fans speculated in the comments section that their favorite celebrity would soon be on the ice. One reader wrote, I think it's time for the program to finish and just keep going on with your amazing profession. The children are Lila, age 4, Joa, age 1, and Jackson, age 6. Big, heartbreaking news. In Matt Rolloff's startling living arrangement, Caryn Chandler is leaked by her son. Till notices small people. Fans of Big World are aware that Matt Rolloff and Caryn Chandler, his fiancée, are now building their ideal home on Rolloff Farms. Where are the lovers residing while building is underway? Caryn Chandler's son, Connor Chandler, appears to have just revealed details of his mother's present living arrangement with her future spouse. What did Connor do? Reply to those who support LPB doll Caryn Chandler's son, Connor Chandler, who was recently the subject of an exclusive interview. He revealed his mother's appalling living circumstances throughout this conversation. Incredibly, Caryn Chandler currently resides in Matt's double-wide trailer on his land. Until the construction of their new home is finished, she and Matt primarily go from their home in Arizona to the farm where they reside in the double-wide that has been frequently featured in the episodes. Makes the decision to pursue his life's goals. According to Connor, he currently lives in his mother's house. He claims that his mother does not spend much time at home because she is currently enjoying life to the fullest with her future husband, Matt. It's hardly shocking that Matt Rolloff lives in a double-wide trailer while construction is going on. Actually, it has been a part of the property for a long time and has occasionally been on TLC shows. Caryn Chandler's decision to reside in this trailer as well will surprise lovers of LPB Gabby. Fans have referred to Caryn as a princess who is seeking all the gold ever since she made her debut on the show. Supporters of LPBW thought Caryn was pursuing Matt's money, which was incorrect. Some followers claim that Caryn also took Matt's kids out of the picture so that one of her own kids may inherit Rolloff lands. Given their impression of Caryn, a lot of people just can't envision playing house in a trailer with Matt Rolloff. For your information, Caryn. Not everyone is aiming at Chandler. There are a lot of admirers who think she would make a wonderful partner for Matt. Even her most loyal fans, however, struggle to picture her happily residing in a trailer, even if it is just the couple's temporary home. You might be surprised to learn that Matt Rolloff and Caryn Chandler currently live on the property in a double-wide trailer. Matt Rolloff ignores his favorite son, Jacob, on his birthday. However, why? Matt has been a little people, big world star. Rolloff and his patch of pumpkins. Fans were able to see the Rolloff family's noble and charming side when LPBW first debuted. However, the scenario is entirely the opposite in the most recent seasons. Two of Matt's boys, Zach and Jeremy, don't get along well with their father. Both of them were very keen to take over the farm and carry on the family's legacy. But according to the grandfather, they weren't a good fit for the farm. As a result, their situation did not turn out well. However, he had a positive relationship with his youngest son, Jacob. Even now, the latter works for his father on the farm. However, Matt did not wish the 26-year-old a happy birthday. Does this suggest a lack of harmony between the former celebrity and his favorite son? Incredibly so. On his birthday, Jacob is ignored by Matt Rolloff. Has he tampered with him too? The relationship between Matt Rolloff and most of the family members has been turbulent. In Little People, Big World Season 23, Zach said that he couldn't make it on Rolloff Farms. He gave his father an offer, and a fight broke out during the conversation. They no longer get along as a consequence, and the latter even moved to Washington with his family. However, Jeremy had to face the same fate after relocating to a new farmhouse in Hillsboro. Jacob is the last person remaining, despite the fact that Molly and Joel are happily married and live in Washington. He doesn't intend to buy the farm, even though he works on it. The LPBW supporters claimed that Matt's posts were quite obvious in their favoritism. Matt often shared on Instagram to show his admiration for his son's hard work. Consequently, it was clear that the patriarch of Rolloff had a close relationship with Jacob and maintained it. However, things seemed a little different this year. The reason for this is because the youngest Rolloff sibling recently celebrated their birthday on social media. But Matt Rolloff, his father, did not wish him well. The LPB was irritated last year when the elder castmate would first make a big show of thanking his son on Instagram. Does supporters? This hasn't been the case lately though. The audience deduces that there has been a family issue as a consequence. Neither of them has, however, come forward to confirm. Thus, these are merely theories. Jacob received an incredibly lavish birthday gift from Matt Rolloff last year. As loyal fans of LPBW will remember, Matt did something truly noteworthy for his son, Jacob Rolloff, last year. He gave the latter a very costly yet sentimental gift on his birthday present. It appears that Matt Rolloff's family owned a 1976 Volkswagen. For him and his family, it holds a lot of memories. This is the same automobile that Matt Rolloff drove to high school. He used to be dropped off there by his Aunt Ruth. The youngest son of the LPBW castmate, Jacob, was ready for his turn. He therefore gave him just the family's hair. Additionally, A picture of Matt Rolloff's youngest son relaxing on top of the luxurious bright yellow automobiles was uploaded. As he posed for the photo, he was happy. The fan base was taken aback when they witnessed this incident on Matt's Instagram handle. It's clear that the cast member has a favorite son, they say. Even though Jacob irritates Jeremy and Zach, they speculated that his work ethic and responsible nature will eventually make him the one in charge of Rolloff Farms. After all, Matt Rolloff didn't think they were treating this work seriously enough. However, it appears from his most recent social media posts that he might have also strained his relationship with Jacob. No more. Today. What are your thoughts on today's gossip? Please share your thoughts in the comments section and subscribe to our channel to receive future updates of similar kind.